Greetings, I'm Maria James-Thiaw, and this is the second in our video presentation about the American Griot Project. For phase 2 of the project, we will focus on creative expression. And in this, I have written several poems based on the stories that these women have told me. I am working with an amazing theater director to put those stories together in the form of a choreo poem. You may have seen a choreo poem if you saw Ntozake Shange's For Colored Girls. That would be an example. Previously, I shared with you one of the poems about a young African American girl and how she was impacted by segregation and some of those unwritten rules in the Jim Crow era. Here's a perspective from a white young lady and how she was impacted as a young person trying to figure out why the world was this way. It's called the Southern Sit Right. Something about this just don't sit right with me. I know, it's respect. It's like the way it's always been, but I bound on a bus, a newly blossomed flower, 16 years old, with that light that still lingers in the eyes when you know you have a whole life stretched out in front of you. At 16, joints and muscles follow your commands. You can bounce out of bed after staying up half the night. 16 is beauty. 16 is strength. 16 is a privilege. So I don't understand why when I got on the bus, all the colored men rise. Like I was the Queen of England, all the colored men rise. Leaning on canes, all the colored men rise, some trembling with age. This one winces as he stands. This one's back remains crooked. I hear a crack and a pop as this one struggles to tip his hat and say, "Good morning, ma'am." All the colored men rise, and I can't hardly look at them. All this pain for a child on a bus. I know they mean respect. I know it's just our way, but something about this just don't sit right with me. So that's just to show you some of the different perspectives that we have in this production. I'd like to take you back to our video to show you a little bit more of the women's stories.
Among the relatives. And as you got older and you were allowed to sit at the big people speak, you started to hear some of the stories about what happened to your aunt. You know, what happened to your uncle. Or what happened when a business was burned down.
The intention is peaceful, and then it turns because the wrong element joins in.
But, you know, we love Martin Luther King. We love President Kennedy. You know, and people want to express their love for these two individuals that died for no reason. They died for no reason because Martin Luther King was doing something for our world.
Yes.
You know, he was. He was a figure. And I believe God had him here to help our world, our physical world, to have peace in it. You know, I believe that.
Young people come first. They have the courage where we fail.
So you see that people share their feelings about that moment. There's a lot of references to Kennedy and King in the production because those moments in time were had a big impact on people. The title of the production is Reclaiming My Time, an American Griot Project. And the show will be on March 8th through the 10th at 7:30 p.m. at Central Penn College, as well as March 11th at 2:30 p.m. We're planning a panel discussion, a women's history panel. We're also planning an evening with a dinner and a show. And if you'd like more information, including audition information, contact Janet Bixler, Bixler, at Central Penn College, at centralpenn.edu, or 717-728-2227. Reclaiming My Time will also hold auditions in January 17th and 18th, and students and community actors are welcome. Our background lends not only to creating productions, but also to educating. We are both professors at Central Penn. We both have background degrees in the arts, and we are roster teaching artists with Jump Street, and we can take this project into phase 3, which is education. Through creative writing and oral history workshops and residencies, we can teach high school and college students how to translate their own oral history research into poetry or other means of creative expression. Performances of Reclaiming My Time can take place at a variety of school and community settings and open a forum for conversation about issues that continue to affect African Americans, all Americans today, such as police brutality, discrimination, and sexism. So thank you for listening to my presentation. I'll leave you with one more poem from the production. This one's entitled The News, and it was inspired by Dr. Carol Spigner. A dream dropped into my hands. My 3rd year study abroad in India, the chance to immerse myself in a new song, wrap up in silks and scents of another land, understand a new people, taste, culture, spice and music, burning and sensual, the bitter familiarity of a caste system. I could have blocked out the call of home, wrapped myself in scholarship and experience, forgotten all the girls like me chased by dogs, drugged through streets, thrown in jail, fighting the 3 evils. All I could do was hold home between my fingers in the flimsy black and white pages of the Times. Sit-ins, marches, burning buses, people clawing, screaming for supremacy, holding on to it at all costs. The news was for me. The news was about me. The news was, despite me. It pulled at my heart each day as I saw cops drag college girls by their hair, peaceful protesters hit by back-tearing water hoses, fierce-fanged German shepherds sunk into skin, blood, flesh. How dare I be free? Flying to other lands when buses are firebombed, little girls slaughtered on Sunday. How dare I imagine boarding a magic carpet out of this war zone? The only Negro on our trip. No one else saw their faces reflected in newsprint. The news was for me. The news was about me. The news was, despite me. Awaiting the flight home, laid over in Cairo, I sat with classmates as if emerging from mist. A man appeared, pointed me out, greeted me like an old friend, emphatically stressed a word I didn't understand. Hulma, 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 he exclaimed. He handed me a copy of the Times 200,000 Jam Mall in Mammoth Rally. Unimaginable number, peaceably assembled, as Dr. King's words rang out across continents. The news was for me. The news was about me. The news was despite me. The news was bigger than me. Joy spilled from this man. Holma, 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 he said. Dream, he said. The news never was mine. It was the world's. Thank you.